Hi, my name is Emily Chambers and I'm doing my YouTube presentation today on compensation. My article is about a restaurant in New York City's Manhattan called Saigon Grill. There are two locations in Manhattan, one in the Upper East Side and one next to New York University in Soho. They have a Zagat rating of 23 out of 30. They're known for their curries and their coconut soup, and they are very popular among those two prestigious Manhattan neighborhoods for the last 10 years. Sounds pretty good, right? That's wrong. These two people are Mr. and Mrs. Net, and they are the owners of Saigon Grill. They have been convicted of paying their employees extreme amounts under minimum wage. The amount that was stated in the New York Times article was $2 an hour for their delivery truck drivers. And they've been caught cheating their staff out of tips, and the workers, there's 36 truck drivers and delivery workers, and they decided that they were going to sue Mr. and Mrs. Net and the Saigon Grill for mistreatment and docking their pay, and the lawsuit was just finished and they were awarded $4.6 million to split between the 36 delivery truck drivers. Mr. and Mrs. Net went through a long 2-year process of court hearings and trials, etc., and Mr. Net was charged with 5 years probation and 90 days in jail. Mrs. Net's hearing is still pending, and what's going to happen to her is still unclear. What can we learn from this story? It was a huge story throughout these two neighborhoods in New York City, and the customers, you know, some it didn't bother, some it really bothered, but things we can learn from this story about when we're managers and when we're working in the workplace is that ethical treatment of employees is extremely important. When your employees feel appreciated, they're bound to do better work for you, which means they'll increase your profit, they want to work harder, they want to make the customers feel at home and want to come back. Mr. and Mrs. Net were incredibly wrong to dock the pay of their employees, not only because it's unethical, but it's against the law to pay your employees $2 an hour. They suffered very unpleasant lawsuits, a lot of negative media, and they were practically running a sweatshop operation in the middle of New York City, according to the lawsuit that was stated in the New York Times. How can we apply this to our business? Treating your employees well is just a positive image for your company. If your employees are happy, they're bound to tell their friends, their families, their neighbors, everyone they know about your restaurant to come in, try the food, spend money and come back and repeat that. Making your employees feel appreciated and not like they're just there, you know, because they have to be, is really good for your business, so you can continue to have the support and help that you need from your staff, and they'll want to stay and work harder for you. The resolution from this case was there were lawsuits, like I mentioned, for Mr. and Mrs. Net. There was jail time. The restaurants didn't close down at all. There were other owners that came in and picked it back up, but the consensus of the people in those neighborhoods that frequented the Saigon Grill was that they, you know, some of them were like, okay, I'm not going to come back, this is wrong, I don't like how they're treating their employees. Some people couldn't get enough of the coconut soup and they weren't going to give that up. They just hoped it didn't happen in the long run. But in the end, they still lost some of their customers, and you never want to lose customers. And there's easy ways to fix this, like treating your employees the right way so they'll treat your customers the right way. the new owners of the Saigon Grill are under discrimination now for the exact same thing. I'm not sure if it was another member of the Net family that's taken over, but it just seems like this organization and operation is just along the same lines. And if they just would have, treated their employees the way they should have been treated from the start, they would have made more money in the end, because now they're just paying their employees what they owe them plus more, plus lawyer fees, and they're losing customers. So it just shows that treating your employees right from the beginning is beneficial in the end. The key takeaways from these articles is to obviously treat your employees ethically. It pays off in the long run, like I just said. There's no need to dock the pay of your employees to try and make more profit for yourself, because it's going to come back in the long run and bite you in the butt. If you make your employees feel appreciated, they will in turn bring in more business for you, either by having the customers return and spend more money, or bringing in their friends and families and neighbors. It's always nice to have a recommendation from somebody that works at a restaurant and they know firsthand what's happening behind the scenes of that establishment, and that's always beneficial to bring in customers. And like I said before, all of these practices will pay off in the long run, giving your restaurant or place of business a higher profit, rather than docking the pay of your employees' hard work and their time and ending up with lawsuits that end in millions and millions of dollars and losses of jobs for the owners, the employees, and that will have a negative effect on the income to support their family and the reasons why people actually go to work. Thank you.